Good morning. It's currently almost 7 a.m. and we're getting ready for the day. Do you guys see the sun coming in? It's so sunny. Sometimes in the morning, especially since I've been waking up super early, I'm like getting ready and the sun is completely just hitting the right side of my face. But you know, I'm not really that upset. Also, today's probably the latest that I've waken up this week because we just got back from a trip to Asia. So we're actually pretty jet lagged. And typically I wouldn't wake up this early. I'm usually like a 9 a.m., 10 a.m. kind of girl. But I'm really trying to capitalize on this jet lag just because I know it is not in me to be a morning person. And every single time I go on a trip, I get very, very inspired to be better and healthier and lead a better life. So we're trying to make the most of this jet lag. You guys, I also got bangs in Asia. But I always have so much trouble styling them. Any bangs that I ever get, they just end up being non-bangs within a week. Ready to tackle the day. Oh, and we have a guest. You guys, this is what I have to deal with every single morning. It's so unfortunate that it's gloomy today, but usually there's light flooding in the mornings and that makes me feel a lot better. But today it's kind of gloomy. However, the apartment's really clean and nice. After I got back from Asia, I just did a whole deep clean of the apartment. So the apartment looks pretty nice. And Moose has been so clingy all morning. Since I've been waking up closer to 7 a.m. every morning, I've had a little bit more time to sit down and journal. And sometimes I rope James into journaling with me. I promise you, he does this on his own volition too. I've been reading this book. I'm a little bit into it. I'm maybe like 1/10 into it. It's called Flow. I will have to report back on whether or not I like this, but it's more about how to maintain a consistent flow state in your life so that you're able to more optimally and happily live your life and do the things that you want to and reach your goals. The only thing about this book, and maybe some self-help books that I don't like that much, is that the language tends to be a little bit more flowery or complicated when I feel like it doesn't have to. Like in self-help books especially, I feel like you can get to the concept really quickly without having to be super eloquent about your idea. So that's the only thing right now that I don't necessarily like as much, but overall, good concept, good thoughts. I will report back. I'm writing my May goals right now. It's currently still April, but I want to get started on May stuff just because time flies so quickly. And for May, I have a few things that I'm really excited about. So I want to start doing pottery again because ever since we moved, I haven't given myself the space and time to really invest into pottery. And last year that gave me a lot of joy, even though I was also busy running around and doing other things. Most of my attention has been going into home life the last couple of months. So I want to find a pottery studio. This is really ambitious given that I feel stretched and pressed for time always, but this is more of a stretch goal. But I really want to start volunteering at a shelter. The other big thing for May is my podcast is coming to an end, so I'm planning to end it at the end of next month, so end of May. But I also want to launch season 2 not too long after, so I have a lot of planning to do. I'm excited about season 2. I think it'll be really good. I feel like time is always so limited, so I have all these ideas for stuff I want to do, but then I never get to it because time. So that's that. And then one thing that I've been doing every single day, which I used to do when I was in school, and this helped me tremendously, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but a productivity tip that helped me when I was getting through school and stuff, was just taking a notepad or a post-it notepad and just writing down daily to-dos every single day. And it's very intuitive. It isn't like a new concept, but I think spending 2 minutes every morning setting my intentions and writing down what I need to get done that day is so helpful for me because it keeps me on track. And then the one thing I would like is to write down every single to-do, like my ambitious to-dos as well. Like even if I know I'm not going to do everything that day, I write down everything that is a goal. And at the end of the day, when I look at it, I can evaluate what percentage I completed and feel proud of how much I got done that day. I've been doing that every single day, and whatever I don't finish from the next day, I carry over. And I try not to make this too fancy, otherwise I will not do it daily. And James already wrote his to-dos. I've been forcing him to write to-dos as well. I gave him a stack of Post-its, and yeah. Briefly interrupt your video for a lunch session. I'm sorry, the laundry is going, so the audio might be bad. Let's make some lunch. So I've been using Home Chef's weekly subscription on weeks where I am so busy, and they have just been super convenient and tasty to put together. Their weekly subscription is a lifesaver because they have fresh ingredients and easy to follow recipes. I've been prioritizing healthy, balanced, and delicious meals recently, and they deliver, literally. Their menus always have over 20 options, so it's really, really easy to get variety and optionality with things like 15-minute meals and fast and fresh options. On top of that, you can customize and upgrade your ingredients on the recipes, and they're just one of the top leading meal kit services too. They've been ranked on so many metrics, and I have to say the minimal prep and cleanup has been absolutely amazing to handle. So if you're someone like me who's busy but wants to keep up with eating and staying healthy, Home Chef is a great option. And for y'all who have not tried it at all before, I do have a hefty discount for you guys. So here's 50% off and free shipping with my code SarahPan50, and also a link down in the description box if you want to try Home Chef for yourself. But thank you to Home Chef for sponsoring this, and back to our video. So a while ago we set up curtains and like sheer organza type curtains, but I realized they were incredibly sheer. I also got it for like $4. We've been using it so far right there. They have been growing on me, but I did get a new set of curtains because James said he needed their organza anyways to do a random project that he has. So we're gonna take those down, and these ones are kind of sheer. They're linen curtains, so you can see through a little bit if the sunlight's coming through. Unfortunately, today is a gloomy day, so it's kind of hard to see how these will fully look, but I wanted to set them up just so we have more coverage with the curtains. Every weekend I've also just been trying to fit in time to get the apartment together and settle in more, but you can see that we still have boxes around. So that box over there has been sitting there for 4 months at this point, probably more, and everything else is slowly coming together. I still am trying to declutter this, but it's already looking a lot cleaner than it was maybe a few weeks ago. I think James is gonna help me because that's kind of tall.
You try it on?
Yeah.
She's not tall enough. And I'm 6'4".
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Give me actual support. Physical. You got it?
Yeah. What do you need this for?
I'm doing like a project. I'm doing a pojagi project for all my Koreans out there. It creates like a stained glass effect. If you flat fill a bunch of them in squares together.
Go follow Jung Garments on Instagram.
And Moose the Sib.
And Moose the Sib.
Woo!
Alright. Time to swap this out. I feel like for all the curtains that I've been getting, there's these singular loops and then just one giant tube. And I've been using the singular loops, but I don't actually know if the tube is better for just like the ruching effect. I guess this is the difference. This side is the singular loops and this side is the giant tube. I don't know which one looks better. I think this side looks better. Ooh. Wow, it is so dark today. It's actually so dark today. Well, clearly I'm talking to myself. I have no idea what's going on. Slow zoom. Honestly, a little bit heavier and longer. You know, I like this more. It doesn't feel elevated. Are you good?
Yeah. Warming up. Is this the right? Okay. Sweet.
Wow.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Cook. Cook. Woo! Ta-da!
Am I in it?
You are in it.
Good.
These curtains I also made sure were long enough because the other ones were a little bit too short. So now we have new curtains. I wish it weren't so dark so that you guys could actually see what it looks like. All right, I ran out of battery on my other camera, so we're gonna be using this one. Every single morning that I've been waking up early since getting back to the States, I've been able to do so much. And honestly, some of that time I've just been spending cleaning and making home life a little bit better. The great thing is you get so much done in the mornings and then it hits lunchtime and you realize that you've been so productive in the morning. And I feel like I've gotten a lot done this morning. I see the merits of being an early bird because yeah, whenever I used to wake up a little bit later or even get into the office late or on the weekends wake up around 11 a.m., I never get anything done in the morning. So it's been really refreshing this week to do a lot of things because there's just been a lot of home stuff like doing the laundry and doing the dishes and all that I've been just able to knock out in the mornings. And also going to the gym too. So that's been good. So that's one thing that I've been enjoying, but I also wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about toxic productivity because whenever I go on trips, I do a lot of reflecting about my life. And so we were away for 3 weeks and that gave me 3 weeks to really think about things. I was still working on the trip and like posting videos and we filmed some podcast episodes there. But because I'm in a new setting, I just reflect a lot more. And one thing that I wanted to talk about is toxic productivity. I think there's this whole culture, if you're based in the States, to always be working really hard and overworking yourself and hustling and being productive all the time. And I think productivity is fed down our throats like a mandatory thing. Like you have to be productive in order to lead a happy, fulfilling life. And I don't know if I align with that completely. And I know I've done a lot of productivity videos and talking about productivity and how important it is to have a productive life. But I also think online, you don't see that much of like the flip side of what that toxic productivity culture does to you, which is it makes you burn out. It makes you stressed. It makes you frustrated because things aren't moving as fast as you want them to be in life. And so I've been trying to be more mindful ever since coming back about how I'm spending my time, what is most important. And I've been pouring a lot of myself into making sure the home life is good because I recognize that having a strong foundation is the most important thing to leading a happy life. And I don't know, whenever I travel, I just have all these thoughts about what happiness actually means. And do I need to be always working? And I know it's a Sunday and I'm working. And that's just something that I've conditioned myself to do because I take on a lot of things and I have this habit of always wanting to take things on. I think whenever I travel, I also get to like recenter myself again and realize that there's a lot of other things in life to enjoy, whether it's having new experiences and enjoying things in the moment, allowing myself time to rest and recover, or just being open to new things. I think my priorities for the last couple of years have always just been career and my YouTube channel and the podcast, and it's really hard for me to feel centered and that I have a strong foundation for everything else in my life. And yeah, I don't know, just some rambles, some early rambles. I talk a lot more on my podcast about these internal thoughts that I have. So there might be another podcast episode about this. But yeah, I'm trying to find more balance and peace in this next phase of my life. And that's all to say, if you're watching this video and you feel the pressure to be productive or to spend your Sundays doing something really impactful, don't feel like you have to. I know I'm saying this and I'm still working and obviously showing you guys that I'm spending my Sunday working, but I think I find a lot of joy in working on my podcast, and that's what I'm currently doing. I'm scripting out the next few episodes because we only have 5 episodes left of this season. I can't believe we're going to be at episode 50 at the end of season 1, which is crazy to me. 50 episodes, that's like 50 weeks. It's like almost a year. Also, if you're a Soji Shawty watching this video, hello, I'm being awkward. But yeah, if you're a Soji Shawty, please leave a butter emoji to signify that you're an anxious slab of butter. If you know, you know.